Hey friends, today I will explain to you a 1 in 100,000. The movie starts with a young man named Ren Kiritani who is attending kendo training. Apart from having outstanding capacities in sports, Ren is very good at school. He has a friend called Reno Sakuragi, who is the manager of the kendo club. Reno is a gorgeous and kind-hearted girl who always supports and encourages Ren. Reno loves Ren because she seems very attentive to him, encompassing when she is about to give him a towel after he practices kendo. Not only that, but Reno looks a tiny annoyed and jealous seeing Ren, who is always enclosed by his fans. Sometimes, Reno even feels inferior and thinks that she is not good enough and worthy when coupled with Ren, who is very handsome and outstanding at school. Reno's best friend, a girl named Chihiro Takabana, tries to encourage Reno not to be humble and tease her a little to confess her feelings more so that Ren can realize that she likes him. Subsequently, Ren came and sat opposite Reno, which made her nervous and awkward. So she fell down and was noticed by many people, which made her even additional nervous. Ren then goes to Reno to ask if she is hurt. After that, Reno rushed to a quiet place to write her feelings down and events in her diary. And she was reminded of her middle school days. When Reno was bullied because of a scar on her leg, Ren was there to defend her from terrors. After school, Chihiro prefers to go home with her boyfriend, Shohinaze, and purposely lets Reno and Ren go home alone. But the two of them behaved awkwardly with each other until Ren took the initiative to protect Reno when they were crammed in the train, and without realizing it, Reno's diary fell. The following day, Reno looks cheerful because Ren was very caring for her and protected her yesterday. But Reno's cheerfulness instantly disappeared when Ren seemed indifferent and even ignored her a little when they were at school. In the classroom, Ren sent a message to Reno on a slip of paper asking her to meet him somewhere. Ren then returns Reno's diary that he found. Reno peaked panicked when she found out that her diary was with Ren, but Ren made sure that he didn't read the diary. At one point, Ren met Reno, who was sitting alone, where he then apologized his love for her and asked her to be his girlfriend. Hearing that, Reno seemed so happy because it turned out that Ren had the same feelings towards her. Since then, Ren and Reno are officially dating, and they both look so happy. Reno then introduces Ren to her grandfather, the only family she has. When Reno was having dinner with Ren and her grandfather, suddenly Reno felt her legs limp and fell down. Reno was instantly rushed to the hospital because she was in a lot of pain. Nonetheless, after several checkups, the doctor could not confirm Reno's illness and said she was fine. Reno looks happy to know that she is fine. But Ren and her grandfather were still worried. Reno tries to prove to Ren that she is fine at school so that he doesn't have to worry about her. Ren then hugged Reno, but unexpectedly she fell back down and told him that one of her legs couldn't be moved. As her leg situation worsened, Reno finally experienced a complete medical checkup, and the doctor finally could confirm her illness. Reno was diagnosed with ALS amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a nervous system disease that weakens muscles and affects physical function, which can cause total paralysis throughout her body. Reno and her grandfather were very surprised when they found out that she had a rare disease for which no cure had been found. Even so, Reno tried to encourage her grandfather by staying cheerful and asking him not to worry too much about her. Nonetheless, Reno secretly finds out for herself about her illness and soon realizes that she might not live much longer. Therefore, Reno wrote down the things she wanted to do with Ren while she could still enjoy her life before her body was totally paralyzed. Reno wrote it down on the way home while boarding the train. When she finally arrived at the destination station, suddenly she couldn't move her legs. Elsewhere, Ren gets a message from Reno's grandfather that Reno hasn't come home yet. Feeling worried for his girlfriend, Ren then asked Chihiro and Sho for help to find Reno. Ren finally meets Reno at a station, where she looks so sad when she tells him what transpired to her. Knowing that her life might not be any longer, Reno then gave Ren the freedom if he wanted to leave her because he would feel ashamed if he was dating a lame girl like her. Nonetheless, Ren insists that he will always be by Reno's side and will always love and accept her as she is, regardless of her condition, because he really loves her. Hearing Ren's words, Reno was both happy and relieved because it turned out that he loved her so much. Ren then asked when Reno was ready to do the things she wanted, which were written on the list, because he wanted to grant it and make her delighted. The first thing Reno and Ren wanted to do was run together, although Reno seemed to be having a hard time because of her condition, and Ren had to struggle to support her. The two of them were eventually able to reach the finish line accompanied by the support and applause of their friends and teachers, who were touched by the hard work of the two of them to finish the race. After that, Reno and her grandfather went to the hospital to check her health circumstance, where the doctor informed her that her illness might start to spread to other parts of the body in the near future. Hearing this, Reno was shocked and devastated. She always looked gloomy and didn't come to school for several days. Ren, who was very worried about his girlfriend, then went to Reno's house to check on her situation. Seeing Ren's arrival, Reno, with all her power, rushed over to him, and under the rain, she burst into tears in his arms. Reno told Ren everything, and he then suggested that she do a checkup at the hospital. Ren then strengthened his girlfriend by hugging her tightly while saying that he would always be by her side no matter what, and asked her to start realizing what she wanted to do with him. Reno then told Chihiro and Shu about her illness, which made them both very surprised. Without Reno's knowing, Ren expressed his sadness by shouting and crying profusely in the kendo practice hall when everyone had left school. Since then, Ren and his two friends have tried to make Reno happy by inviting her to do fun things like bowling, celebrating Chihiro's birthday with great joy, and so on. Reno said one wish to Ren, but he couldn't grant it, and rather, he promised to take her somewhere. Because of Ren's refusal, Reno's attitude began to change, and she then turned away from him. One day, Reno had an incident in the school toilet, where she was found sitting on the toilet floor crying with a wet skirt. Chihiro then brought Reno home but didn't tell Ren about the incident and only replied curtly when Ren asked about Reno. Not only Chihiro, Reno's grandfather behaved like that as well. After Ren forced them to say the reason, they told him that it was Reno's request that she wanted to stay away from him because if she prevailed in being by his side, she would get hurt even more. Ren didn't just give up. With Chihiro's help, Ren managed to persuade Reno and took her to the house of one of the patients with ALS, where Ren and Reno became moved and motivated after talking with the patient's wife, who was so patient and painstaking in caring for her husband, who was totally paralyzed due to the disease. After that, Reno gets excited again and decides to take a vacation to Tokyo with Ren, where they visit many places, try various delicious foods, and do a lot of fun things. After that, Ren held up Reno to the snowy mountain area, where they enjoyed a very beautiful view of the star-studded night sky. Ren and Reno then lay on the snowy ground while enjoying the view of the night sky. They then tell each additional, and Ren continues to encourage Reno not to give in to her illness because he will always be by her side to accompany and support her. After that, Reno could no longer move her legs and had to sit in a wheelchair. After returning to school, Ren accompanies Reno, who dares to tell all her classmates to explain her disease and asks for their full support so that she can stay in school until she graduates. At first, Reno's classmates didn't seem to understand her rare disease. But after Reno pleaded, so did Ren, and was followed by Chihiro and Shu. They eventually began to understand and were willing to grant Reno's request. Reno seemed touched because all of her friends were willing to support her and encourage her not to give in to her illness. Season after season passed, and eventually, it was graduation day for Reno and her friends. Reno is now paralyzed in most of her limbs. Even she can no longer speak and move her hands. Ren then takes Reno to school, where all her classmates and their homeroom teacher have been waiting for Reno's arrival to celebrate her graduation, because she never gave up on her illness and organized a graduate with her classmates. Even though Reno couldn't speak or respond to all the kindness that Ren and everyone else had done. From the look on her face, it was clear that she was feeling very happy and inferred not to give in to her illness. And the end. If you are a lover of similar content like this, take a look at my various videos, and if you love it, please burst the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash the notification horn. Take sight of you in the next video.